Hi everyone, welcome back. Simultaneous equations number 2. A little bit harder, a little bit more tricky. I can't do anything till I make those two the same size, or I make those two the same size. So once I get them the same size, I can subtract, and what it does what's called elimination. So it eliminates either the x letters or it eliminates the y letters, which basically gives us the answer to the question, or part of the answer to the question. There is something I do sometimes, especially when this gets harder, is I go, what's the lowest common multiple for 2 and 3? And that's 6. And what's the lowest common multiple for 1 and 3? And that's 3. So the one that's got the smaller number is usually better to deal with first. And we could do that. So, but on the other hand, I have what I call the mechanical approach. The mechanical approach is to look at those front two and say, I don't want to think about it. I'm just going to turn them both into 6. So I can turn them both into 6s. So I'd have a 6x, or a 6x and a 6x. So if I turn both of those into 6s, what did I do to the 3 to become a 6x? I've times it by 2. So if I times that by 2, I times that by 2, and I times that by 2. And I end up with an equation where all the numbers are just doubled. So am I allowed to double everything in an equation? Yep. It's just like balancing up a seesaw. If I double everything on this side, it would be twice as heavy. But if I balance up everything on the other side, it brings it back to balance. Let's have a look what happens. So for the bottom one, if I went to say purple pen might make it clearer, what do I do to the 2 to become a 6x? And this time, instead of doubling, I am going to triple. So if I triple that one, I triple that one, and I triple that one. Now, some of us do things like call that equation 1 and call that equation 2. And to keep track of what you did, especially when it gets harder later on, what did I do to the first one? I multiplied it by 2. What did I do to the second one? I multiplied it by 3. So if that works for your brain, that's a system to get it going. Now I'm back to my S, 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 S. Are they the same sign? That's a positive, that's a positive. Are they the same size? Yes. So I can just subtract. So I can go to this question now. Now, for me at school, I always do the subtraction and I put it in there. There was something about trying to stop myself from making stupid mistakes. Bit annoying, because if I went this one, take this one, I get nothing. But what if I did it the other way around? This one takes that one. It's still nothing. This one, if I went, this is bigger than that, that's bigger than that. So if I go the bigger minus the smaller, it actually means that you're going to have less negatives. So 9y take 2y is 7y, and 30 take 16 is 14. So what have I done? I've actually eliminated, I've got to put these lids back on, I've actually eliminated the letter x, which is good because now it tells me the answer. 7y is 14, so y is 2. You could go divide 7, so y is 2. So we now know that the answer for one of these numbers is 2. How do we figure out the other one? I muck around and I talk about S with lots of letters and ends in N, and it's really what we call substitution. A lot of what we do in math is just substitution. Substitute a number to get the answer. Let's have a look at what we've got up here. So if I substitute that into the first equation, so wherever it says y, I'm going to replace it by 2. So I've got 3x plus y gets replaced by 2 equals 8. So this is telling us the other answer. We know what one of the numbers were. Now it tells us what the other one was. How do I get rid of the plus 2? If I take 2 from this side, I take 2 from that side. I've got 3x, because that's gone. 0, 8 take 2 is 6. And then I can go divide 3, divide 3. I can just look at it and go, that's x equals 2. So the answer to the question is 2 for the x and 2 for the y. You can write it this way. You could write it separately. Remember, this first letter is what we call x, and that second letter is y. That's when we're talking about graphing on the number plane. So that would be an x, and that would be a y. Go back to the original question though. The answer to this question is x is 2 and y is 2. So if that was 2, I've got 3 2s are 6, plus another 2 is 8. go to this question. 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6, and the 4 and the 6 makes 10. And by the way, that's the only pair of numbers in the world that exists, or in the universe that exists, that makes that equation true. Just do another one, a little bit less winded, long-winded this time. I could look at it and go 2 3s are 6, or the lowest common multiple is 6. I could look at it and go 3 and 4 is 12, lowest common multiple is 12. And I go, well, if I use those two, the numbers are going to become much bigger. So this one actually turns out like this one. So I could have actually done this question, if I wanted to, by making the y's the same. But same process here, let's go through it. So the 2x are going to become a 6x. So I'm going to turn these both into a 6. So I could write it down like that there. What did I do to this one to get a 6x? I tripled that, I triple that, and I triple that. I'm not going to even write the instructions down this time. This one, I double that one, I double that one, and I double that one. 2 18s are 36. Now they're the same size, or same sign, same size. I'm going to subtract. So very quickly on that. I'd still, like I keep nagging, I put all those subtracts in and see what I've got. So now 6x take 6x is gone, 9y take 8y is y. And what we've done is we've eliminated the x value again. So in a moment I'll do another video where we eliminate the y value first. So 9 take that, 33 minus 36 is minus 3. If I subtract them, then I've got y equals minus 3. Now, how do I get the answer to the question? And I go, now substitute. Now, I could write it properly, y equals minus 3, and you could even tell us which equation you wrote, put it into. Put into the first one or put into the second. So you can, first one's got smaller numbers, so most people will pick the smaller numbers. So I've got 2x, and wherever it has a y, I'm going to replace it by minus 3. So here we go, 2x. Wherever it said y, I'm going to replace it by a minus 3 equals 11. So there I've just written the same equation with the minus 3. Be careful of negatives, 2x, 2 minuses make a, not 2 minuses, 1 minus makes a minus, whereas 2 minuses make a plus. That's a minus 9. Equals 11. So how do I get rid of minus 9? I add 9 to both sides. And you've got 2x equals 20, and you've got x equals 10. So if you wanted to, you could write the answer as 10 and minus 3. And that's the solution to those two equations. So what we're doing is, we have to make that pair of numbers the same, or that pair of numbers the same. That pair of numbers the same, or that pair of numbers the same. And the reason is so you can eliminate either the x's or the y, and it's your choice which one it is. If you're enjoying it, please just let your friends know. Thank you.